The movie begins with Costa being recorded by his friend Dax as they enter Thomas's house. Costa proposes that they make Thomas's birthday party an unforgettable event to attract girls, promising to handle everything and make them look cool. However, Thomas is unsure about making it too wild. Thomas's folks are planning to celebrate their anniversary away from home, leaving Thomas in charge. However, his father is quite specific about his expectations. He can have some friends over, but not too many. No one is allowed to enter his office. He must not mess with the pool. And most importantly, he must not drive his Mercedes-Benz. Meanwhile, Dax is eavesdropping on Thomas's parents' conversation, where his mom expresses her concerns about leaving him alone, but his father dismisses her worries by calling their son a loser. As Thomas blows out his birthday candles, his mother gifts him with the keys to their minivan. Although Costa ridicules the present, Thomas is grateful for the gesture as it is his only car. As they make their way to school, Thomas expresses his growing apprehension about the upcoming party. Costa urges him not to back out, emphasizing the importance of the party in boosting their social status. Thomas, Costa, JB, and Dax are social outcasts who desire acceptance from the popular crowd. Costa is especially desperate for attention and threatens Thomas if their party plans fail. Thomas reluctantly agrees to the party, but insists on a maximum of 50 people to gain their cool status. During class, Thomas requests that Costa not go overboard with the party planning. However, Costa pays no attention to Thomas and sends out a text message about the party to the entire class, causing the news to quickly spread throughout the school. Costa and Dax watch Thomas walks towards the bleachers where he finds his female friend Kirby. They have a conversation about the upcoming party, during which Kirby expresses her interest in attending. She also tells Thomas that she has a birthday present for him. After their conversation, Kirby starts to walk down the stairs but stumbles and falls. Thomas quickly rushes to check on her, warning her to be careful next time. Kirby assures him that she is fine. Costa encourages Thomas to invite Alexis, the most attractive girl in school, to the party. Thomas appears to impress her with his charm. Thomas, JB, Costa, and Dax make a trip to the supermarket to stock up on supplies for the party. While there, Costa sneaks some miniature bottles of alcohol without paying for them. As they approach the checkout, they bump into Miles, a local sports star, and let slip about the party they are planning. Miles reveals that he'll be attending the party and even offers to bring along more alcohol and girls. The three friends visit a drug supplier to buy marijuana for a party. One of them steals a garden gnome, causing an altercation with the supplier. The supplier grabs onto their car as they try to leave, but they manage to get away. The car is damaged, but Costa knows someone who can fix it. Upon returning home, the group discovers that Costa has recruited two young boys, Everett and Tyler, aged 12, to provide security for the party. Thomas is taken aback by this, but Costa insists that they are tough kids. Costa and JB visit the surrounding area and inform people about the upcoming party, while also assuring them that they will attempt to keep the noise level under control. Thomas leaves the house and finds out that Costa has bought a bouncy castle, inflatable items, and signs for the pool. However, Thomas wants the partygoers to stay outside the house. Initially, only a few people are present at the party, which makes Tomas feel bad, but more people show up later, including Alexis. The party becomes lively and a montage follows showing people drinking, dancing, and enjoying themselves. One person discovers Thomas's dog, Milo, and ties him to a group of balloons, causing him to become intoxicated in the air. Thomas witnesses this and, with Kirby's assistance, manages to bring him down. They take Milo to his father's office in the house. At this point, the security personnel, Everett and Tyler, have failed to prevent individuals from entering the house. Although Thomas attempts to get the partygoers to leave, they only cheer him on when he tries to speak. He ultimately decides to let it go, believing that nobody will cause much damage to the house. After a short while, Miles shows up with a bus full of attractive women, leaving JB in shock and unable to speak. Roger, a parent whom Costa had spoken to earlier, arrives and warns them that if they don't shut down the party, he will call the police. In response, Everett uses a taser on Roger, and in retaliation, Roger punches him. Although Roger threatens to call the police, Costa threatens to call them on Roger for assaulting Everett. When Roger reveals that Dax had filmed him getting tasered, Dax simply shrugs and says he only caught the part where Roger hit Everett. Angry, Roger storms off. Costa speaks with Everett and requests that he monitor Roger's house to ensure sure he doesn't contact the police. He commends Everett for taking a punch and assigns him the task. Thomas, JB, and Costa are hanging out in the master bedroom, with JB on the hunt for women. Costa, however, teasingly tells JB that he should focus on his health instead. As they rummage through the room, JB comes across a toy and makes a lighthearted comment about Thomas's dad. Meanwhile, Thomas receives a text from Alexis, expressing her interest in doing birthday body shots with him. Costa responds that he will make a note of it. Thomas meets up with Alexis, and she playfully rubs lime and salt on his neck before putting a lime wedge in his mouth. She proceeds to lick his neck and then does a tequila shot before kissing him and giving him a chance to make out with her. Just when it's Thomas's turn to reciprocate, Costa interrupts and tells him that his parents are calling him. Thomas rushes to his dad's study and takes the call on speakerphone. His dad scolds him for not answering his phone, but Thomas lies and says he was in the hot tub. His dad warns him again not to get too wild, and Thomas assures him that he is going to bed soon. After the call, Thomas exhales with relief and looks out at the raucous party outside. While Thomas is dancing at the party, Kirby finds him and leads him upstairs to his bedroom. She gives him a nostalgic gift, a photo of them together from their childhood before Costa came into their lives. Suddenly, Thomas kisses Kirby and feels embarrassed for making things awkward. However, Kirby assures him that it's fine, and they continue to passionately make out on his bed. Everett warns the partygoers of the arrival of the cops and instructs them to stay quiet in the backyard. Thomas and Costa try to downplay the party's scale when the police arrive. Costa manipulates the law to prevent the police from searching the area. The police leave after warning them to keep the noise down. Costa and Roger exchange obscene gestures, and the party resumes with cheers and shouts. At this juncture, the party has escalated beyond control. A skateboarder attempting a stunt goes overboard and smashes through a window. Costa asserts that he can take care of the damages. Meanwhile, Miles grabs T-Rick's gnome and shatters it using a baseball bat. The gnome explodes, revealing hidden pills. The partygoers grab and consume them. Thomas confesses in a video message to his parents that he only wanted to be popular and desired by girls for one night. Costa accidentally reveals that he made the party a massive event by posting it on Craigslist and contacting people. JB plays Thomas's favorite song and Costa offers him drugs, which Thomas takes. Costa gathers everyone to sing happy birthday for Thomas. Thomas reveals he hooked up with Kirby, but Costa believes the night is about being with girls they usually can't get, and it has to be a significant experience. Thomas is approached by Alexis and they go up to his room where Everett is secretly filming them. Alexis undresses and they start making out, but they are interrupted by Kirby, who is shocked. Thomas tries to explain, but Kirby runs off, while Alexis leaves feeling disgusted. Thomas apologizes to Kirby, but she leaves and Alexis also leaves, upset with his actions. Thomas, who is high and drunk, is on a rooftop feeling sad about what is happening below him at a party. His friends, Costa and JB, join him and they hear a news chopper flying overhead. Thomas flips off the chopper and the crowd below cheers for him. Costa tells Thomas that this act is a game changer and very cool. To the cheers of the crowd, Thomas leaps from the roof and lands in the bouncy castle, causing it to deflate somewhat. Thomas and Costa witness a news report about a party and hear a car starting. The car, which belongs to Thomas's father, is driven into the pool by a dwarf. The dwarf shows no remorse and even punches someone before leaving the party. In shock, Costa stares at the car submerged in the pool and admits that he cannot repair any of the damage caused. He apologizes to Thomas, who remains silent and contemplates how the situation could worsen further. Police, including riot squads and SWAT, arrived at a party but decided not to intervene. T-Rick was causing chaos with a flamethrower while searching for his gnome. The gnome contained drugs tablets which the partygoers had consumed. T-Rick continued to burn things and was eventually stopped by the police using live ammo, causing his gas tank to explode and setting him on fire. He ran into a trailer that also exploded. A fire has broken out and water helicopters have been dispatched while police use force to disperse a crowd. Thomas, Costa, JB, Thomas's dog, Milo, and Dax flee the scene. Everett and Tyler plan revenge on Roger for calling the cops, but Costa tells them to go home. The house is destroyed, and Costa berates them for being terrible security. Costa takes JB with him and plans to call a lawyer to avoid jail time. Dax leaves, and Thomas sits in the bleachers with his dog, contemplating how to get out of the situation. Thomas apologizes to his father for the mess in the backyard, and his father berates him, saying the damage will wipe out his college fund and he may be tried as an adult. However, his father then drops his anger and expresses surprise that Thomas was able to throw a party and be a normal kid. When Thomas reveals that 1,000 to 1,500 people showed up, His father's anger returns, and they watch a Mercedes being lifted out of the pool, realizing the consequences of the party. Thomas goes to school on Monday in his damaged minivan, missing doors. He tells Costa that he is facing 6 charges, is under house arrest, and staying in a hotel until their home is fixed. Costa mentions that Thomas has a lawyer, who has little hope for their case. Dax lives alone, which concerns Costa. Thomas, JB, and Costa walk through a hall where they are cheered on for a party they threw. Thomas gets a massive cheer from the crowd, and they are happy to get the attention they wanted. However, Kirby is in the back of the crowd and leaves after seeing them. Thomas apologizes to Kirby for hurting her, explaining that he didn't know how to handle the situation. He acknowledges the damage he caused to his life, but wants to mend his relationship with her. Kirby forgives him, and they reconcile with a kiss, jokingly saying she never thought he was cool. They plan to celebrate Thomas's 18th birthday together. The party is mocked by Jimmy Kimmel, and it is revealed that T-Rick survived his burns and was taken to the hospital. Thomas was found guilty on some charges and served time in prison, while Costa was acquitted and is facing 3 claims of paternity. JB was deemed unfit for trial and had to ride the short bus, and Dax is being investigated for his parents' disappearance. The article ends with Costa bragging about the party and inviting a news anchor to his next one. Thanks for watching.